Dozens of journalists working for Microsoft have been fired and will be replaced with automated algorithms that can find, edit, and headline various news stories for MSN users. Many are criticizing the move, skeptical that an algorithm can replace the careful work of journalists with the same accuracy and precision, but there's no doubt that robots are cheaper.
Microsoft firing journalists makes me believe that those journalists were not journalists in the first place, unless these algorithms can call people up and get facts. I mean, all an algorithm can do is aggregate data or aggregate words. It's not actually doing anything.
Right, yeah. Well, so here's the thing. These guys were trained journalists, but there aren't a lot of jobs for journalists anymore because of stories like this one. And so, they were relegated to doing low-wage work, curating what other people had created. There's a handful of journalists left journalists in the sense that we understand it, investigative reporters who find the facts for themselves.
Right, yeah.
There's a handful of those guys left in the world, and, there's plenty of people who are still getting journalism training, but most of them are just sort of picking up the breadcrumbs that the real journalists are leaving behind. Right. So I think this is kind of a sad story, and it's more efficient, it's probably more cost-effective for users, but it's just like another instance of journalism jobs disappearing, and that journalism actually does do a vital function for society. It does. They tell us what is true and what is false, and they find that stuff out for themselves. So it's like,
you have to understand that there are two reasons why jobs go away.
Yeah.
One is that a machine is now doing it for you.
Sure.
And the other is nobody wants it anymore. And unfortunately, that's the case with these people. These people were not journalists. They were aggregators. And journalist jobs are going away because apparently nobody wants them anymore, or nobody's willing to pay.
Right. Well, it's hard to monetize the truth. There's nothing about the truth that is inherently monetizable. If you're more interested in money than truth, you can just lie.
Right. So. Yeah, that's true. Maybe what we need to do is just take all journalists and assume the exact opposite.
What do you mean?
Well, if they're making money off of it, they're probably lying. We can assume the exact opposite.
Okay, well, we'll call that Plan B for now.
Right. They need to write that algorithm.
I think it might be good to have some, independently funded.
Welcome to the Radio Wasteland. Welcome to the